the phrase banshak kedoshim, the son of holy ones, which is in the beginning of the fourth parak in Avodah Zarah, says it refers to Menachem Rabbi Yossi, maybe. It was called banshak kedoshim, that their holiness was that they never looked at a tzursa the zuzah. They never looked at the what's the picture that's on the coin. Like they had no shaykhs. They didn't see olam hazeh at all. That was their holiness. There no shaykhs to olam hazeh. Now, and that his son was called the banshak kedoshim. Nowadays that we forgot our yichus, actually this is mamish what the Ishbitzer is saying. This is what's called forgetting your yichus. We forgot our yichus, so we refer, banshak kedoshim refers to that phrase as like I have a right to collect money, to raise money, or the tzibur has obligation to pay me because I'm a banshak kedoshim. That's actually it's mamish the opposite. Banshak kedoshim means he doesn't know a source of the zuzah. But anyway, this is what Yichus means. Now, when somebody says that he's a descendant of Rabbi Elimelech, so that means like this: Rabbi Elimelech was a tremendous Oved Hashem. Rabbi Elimelech said on himself something that I don't understand. He said that my goof is holier than other people's neshamas. Did you ever hear of such a thing? That Rabbi Elimelech said that?
No.
I think I saw it someplace, that his body is so pure and so holy that it's holier than other people's neshamas. Okay, I don't know if he said it or he didn't say it.
Of course, there's a line in Likutei Moharan that implies there is such a thing.
There is such a thing, yeah.
In Likutei Moharan, the Rabbeinu.
Yeah, okay, so there is such a thing. So there's anyway, Rabbi Elimelech, he wrote a sefer Noam Elimelech, and they called Sifron Shel Tzadikim, right?
Amen.
It's the sefer, but that it talks a lot about the tzaddik. Somebody.
By the way, Rabbi Kaplan, I can't resist saying that I once saw in a sefer in my childhood. Why is it called Noam Elimelech? Because the wife of Elimelech in the Bible is Naomi. And I told this to a real banshak, and he didn't like it. He got very upset. But
so what do you mean? His wife was Naomi?
Naomi. Elimelech's wife was Naomi. So that's why he called the sefer Naomi.
I'm very good. So it's Noam Elimelech, very matim. So he didn't like it, this banshak.
Emet.
So hello?
Yeah.
Continue. So I'm saying like this. The Noam Elimelech, somebody that's a descendant of the Noam Elimelech, let's say, what does that mean? Rabbi Elimelech was batal mevutal to Hashem. He lived with Hashem. And the reason, the koach that he got to be like that was because he had a very high neshama. Of course, it takes Omo and Yigiyah to bring it out. But he did definitely have a high neshama. Since he had such a high neshama, all his descendants that come out of him are descendants of a high neshama. They're yonik, they get the life, they suck life from that high neshama. So just like he was so connected to Hashem, so all those neshamas that come out of him and that are connected to him, they also have a certain potential to be closer to Hashem.
Rabbi Kaplan, can I interrupt once more and just tell you an interesting story? The old Toldosoran Rebbe, Rav Avram Yitzhak HaKohen Khan, is a descendant of Noam Elimelech and also the Magbi Mezrich. And it was 2 or 3 years after he married the daughter of the Baal Shomer Yamunim, Rav Arla wrote, that Rav Arla, he learned that his son-in-law is a person that has all the yichus in the world, and nobody knew it. Wow. Isn't that interesting?
He never talked about it.
Yeah.
You see, I understand that, because I would explain the omek of that story, that he felt if he's going to start talking about his yichus, it's a contradiction to the whole concept of yichus. The whole concept of Yichus, of being a descendant of the Noam Elimelech, means I have much more potential to shed the levush of the mekushim dekeguf, this physical body that hides Hashem's light from me. It's for me much easier to take off that, how do you say, chatzitza between me and Hashem, to take it off on myself and let the light of Hashem shine into me and be bottled to Hashem. So I'm going to use that to say, wow, look how great I am. I have Yichus. It's a contradiction to the whole concept of Yichus. Of course he didn't say, you see, that's tzaddikim, that they know where they came from. They know, knowing your Yichus means knowing where you come from, knowing that you're connected to a branch that connects you to such a high place that you can be mevatel yourself legamri to Ratzon Hashem. Now, it says in the Hakdama, I want to quote a very interesting idea that I think very few people know about it. There's a sefer that's called Shar HaYichud V'Emunah from Rabban Strelisk. Rabban Strelisk was a Talmid of the Baal Tanya and a friend of the Mittler Rebbe of Chabad. And after Baal Tanya was nifter, he started a following of his own, and the Mittler Rebbe had his own following, and the end was that he became forgotten. This Rabban Strelisk was forgotten, Legamri, and the whole Shalshelis of Chabad came out from the Mittler Rebbe, which was his friend. But Rabban Strelisk was a very, very big person. And he said Ma'amorim, and he wrote Sfarim. And recently they were trying to bring him back, to give him, to bring him a chaya. So they printed his Sfarim. And I had this chus to go through to Sefer Shar Yichud V'Emunah, Shar Rishon, and Shar Sheni.
By the way, Rabbi Kaplan mentioned Tov, the Balav. It was Rav Avram Moshe Krauss from England.
He's the one that printed it.
He's the one.
Yeah. Here, I see it here. Avram Moshe Krauss, Rechov Yosef Gershon Horowitz, 8 Yerushalayim. I see that. That's in the end of Rechov Me'ez Sharm, I think.
That's next door to Rav Shmuel Shapiro and Rabbi Yoshiv. And the producer lived there also.
Now, I don't know what did he accomplish by reprinting this farm. I don't know, and who learned it, but I know there was one person who did take it seriously and learned the first two Sharm in the Sefer Shar Yichud V'Emunah, and his name is Daniel Caplan. So Mela, this, what's his name again? Avram Moshe Krauss did accomplish something. If Yechidim are important to him, so he could take pride in the fact that he reprinted this Sefer, because there was a Yochid that learned part of the Sefer, and maybe I should really go further and finish it. So, in the Akdama of this Sefer Shar Yichud V'Emunah in Amud, page Dalet in the beginning, so he brings from Mori V'Rabbi, that's the Baal Tanya, that these generations are Bechinas HaKevaim, they're called. So he says, in the early generation, every person knew his place. And that means every neshama is different. Like he says before, there's some neshamas that they're connected to the higher places, to the Olam HaBriya, which their avodah is to feel Hava V'Yirah to Hashem. Some their neshamas come from Olam HaYetzirah, which their avodah is bitul, without feeling, without these bonus, just the natural Hava V'Yirah, he calls it, with that itself needs a whole are neshamas that come from Olam Asiyah, which is Kabbalas Ol, that they don't feel any love and any fear for Hashem, but they're from a Yid, and they do it what he calls it over here, Kabbalas Ol, and in a certain sense that's even higher than everything. And he says that was in the earlier generations. Each one knew where he comes from. He says, Koya kolechad makir b'chinosu b'avodosu. And he knew where his neshama comes from. So he says, B'doros ha'elu, so the neshamas come, urovim b'bchinoseyim, that in each neshama you can have a few parts. You hear a tremendous chidush. In every neshama, in these doros achronim, there can be all the bechinas mixed up together. And it can be a few, like some 1 week, he feels so high, he feels like he comes from the Olam HaAtzilus, and the next week he falls so low that he's from Olam HaAsiyah, that he has no feeling, his heart is stopped up, and he works like a kishur, like what the Gemara calls kishur lahol v'kachamor l'masui, and that's how it is. So you have to know this, he says, that your neshama has different bechinas in it, not like Doros HaRishon, and we're all mixed up and all confused, and don't let it bother you. 1 week you're like this, 1 week you're like that. Okay. Now, we see bechush that in this generation we see that there are, just like in the beginning of the Dor Midbar, there were 12 Shvatim. We see it very clearly nowadays that there are Shvatim in Klal Yisrael. There are different groups. And there's nothing wrong with it. There are Litaim, there are Chasidim, there's Sfadim, there's Taimanim, and there's all kinds. And maybe there's Arsim, like they call it. Now, every group has a certain shorish, and he belongs to a certain place. In the last few weeks, in the parshas of the last few weeks, there's the union of the Golim. The Golim were that there were 4 sides to the Mishkan, and every Shevet has its place. And the Chazal say in the Medrash that the Yidden by Matan Torah, they saw the Malach Shorish, that they were made into the Golim. They were mekana them, and Hashem promised them, I'll make you also the Golim. Shenever Narana B'Shosel Hashem Elokeinu need to go. What does it mean, the Golim? What's the difference that they're the Golim? The Golim means that each one knows where his place is. The Malach HaShoris, those that belong to the, I don't know what you call it, but maybe you could say the group of Gavriel, they're not jealous with the group of Michael, that they have no such thought ever enters their mind. Why am I not from the Michael group? Like it says that Michael, he's the one that's Malamed Zchus on Klal Yisrael. Gavriel, that's Midas Adin. Wouldn't it be so wonderful if I could belong to the Michael group? Isn't it so sweet, so wonderful to be Malamed Zchus, to say how wonderful it is, how nice it is, what the Klal Yisrael do. They go to shul, they have such avas at Torah, even in the middle of Chazar Hashatz, they open up Svarim and they learn, they love Hashem's Torah. Halavai, I would belong to that group. Does any Malach ever think such as, what does the group of Micha have to do with me?
By the way, Rabbi Kaplan, I know you understand it, but it is a complete avera that the Balatanya and the Aruch HaShulchan say, Gorimbo, Misha can be aids to be over the Ratzona of Hashem and learn a Sefer in Zman Chazos Hashatz.
Yeah, but the Michael group, they talk different. They say, yeah, I know you're right.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah, okay. Main thing is they say, I know you're right.
Okay, I know you're right, but the Michael group...
Rabbi Kaplan?